This summer, dermatology residency training is set to begin at the University of Saskatchewan's College of Medicine Regina campus. Joining us on the program this morning to talk more about this expansion is Assistant Professor of Dermatology, Dr. Brittany Waller. Good morning, Dr. Waller, and thank you so much for this opportunity.
Good morning, and thank you so much for having me talk about the program today.
Well, happy to have you on the program this morning. I'd like to begin by asking, how long has this residency program been in the works?
So the University of Saskatchewan has had a return of service dermatology program for a number of years, where residents would do a few years in Regina and then Regina or Saskatoon, and then have to go out of province for their formal dermatology training. So we've actually been working on this program for a number of years to try and have the resident train and retain them in Saskatchewan. So it's been a long process.
And what will this local residency do for the dermatology program here in Saskatchewan?
Yeah, so by launching a dermatology residency program based in Saskatchewan, we hope to train a very competent dermatologist that's able to participate in roles, whether it's hospital-based or in the community in the future. By training someone locally and having them spend 5 years of their core dermatology training in Saskatchewan, we're hoping that that will encourage them to stay in the province and contribute to healthcare here in the future. Dermatology is very underserviced and we're at a critical low in the province. So we're hoping by launching a program that's going to be based in Regina, we will open up to further educational opportunities and further retention for our specialty here in the province.
You mentioned that we're hoping out of this we'll have more dermatologists, we'll train to be a dermatologist, stay in the province and practice here. Over the last several years, have we seen that really people that are training for dermatology end up going to other jurisdictions once they have completed their studies?
And that's a great question. So often during residency, you are away, for 5 years in your program. So it's not uncommon that individuals, once they graduate from their subspecialty training program, tend to practice where they were trained, where they spent most of the time, and where they fostered their connections in the medical system. So there hasn't been a lot of, graduates returning to Saskatchewan who weren't involved with our program. So we're hoping that by having a formal program here, we are going to enable individuals to learn how to be a dermatologist, but also familiarize themselves with healthcare here, make those connections that will hopefully have them stay here in the long term.
We have about a minute here. I wanted to ask you one more question. How does the application process work and how competitive is it?
So dermatology is a notoriously competitive specialty when it comes to applications. There are only a few spots, across the country for training. And how the application process works, it's very formalized. So medical students in their final year of training, they do apply through what's called CARMS, which is a resident matching service. So they submit an application. There is a complex review of references, their personal statements, and then there is an interview process. So we're lucky to have many, many applicants this year, and we're really looking forward to launching this program and seeing how we can grow this specialty in Saskatchewan.
Very promising. All right, folks, that is the Assistant Professor of Dermatology at the University of Saskatchewan, Dr. Brittany Waller. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, and have a wonderful rest of the day.